Canada Center. We're joined the longtime team of Park Kellogg, Kevin Harlan, and Steve Kerr live from Air Canada. We are the North, Jurassic Park. Enjoy the game between Cleveland and the Toronto Raptors. This is a big game between these two teams. They are playing today in the Eastern Conference Finals. Should be an amazing game. Enjoy the game.
And in its center, out of the University of North Carolina, a skilled and mobile 7-footer, Tyler Zeller. Then it's LeBron James, and it's Love in at the 4 slot. And for Toronto, Lowry and DeRozan, they're the backcourt. And at the 5, the 5th overall pick in the 2011 draft, a fleet-footed 6'11" big man out of Lithuania, Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Richardson, and it's Patterson in at the power forward.
It was a slow start at first for Valanciunas, partially because he was hampered by injuries at times. But towards the midpoint of the season, I think he really started to find himself.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to speak with Dwayne Casey for a moment. He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding, he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
All right, Doris. And for Valanciunas, in his rookie season, you got to figure, Clark, a big part of it adjusting to the size and the strength of the NBA.
You're all over it, Kevin. He does need to add some muscle. He's athletic, gets up and down the floor pretty well, has excellent hands, which you can't teach. So that's an asset you love to see. I think in time, he could be one of the top scoring centers in the league.
The Raptors have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. Patterson with it. And Zeller picks him up defensively. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. The leader. It's rebounded by Cleveland. About a minute and a half through the first quarter.
You know, the Cavs have been very mindful of remaining flexible in terms of the salary cap. And when you do this, you set yourself up to perhaps make a big splash in free agency at some point, and you know what's coming. They might have a chance to re-sign LeBron in 2014 with how their books look.
And the Raptors with the ball. 8-point game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
To halt the run, and he sinks the layup.
Well, most of all, I just love the work he puts in on the offensive glass. So many of his points come on putbacks just because of sheer hustle.
And something else you can't forget about is his shot blocking, Steve. I mean, he's an intimidator down low.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Irving kicks to Smith. All alone. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And that had been the rumor for a while. The Cavaliers looking to maybe mend some bridges and bring LeBron back into the mix when he hits free agency next year. Their books are certainly in order for it, Steve, and it might happen.
Hey, you never know. I mean, nobody expected LeBron to leave in the first place, so why not give yourself an opportunity? You are in his backyard in terms of LeBron's hometown, so I like what the Cavs have done. They've added young talent, but they've maintained flexibility just in case.
Raptors trail by 10. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. From deep, Richardson. Rebound, Love. The Cavaliers have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running.
Well, Mike Brown hired back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I got a chance to know him a little bit when he was an assistant with the Pacers early in his coaching career and was let go by the Cavs back in 2010. Family laid down roots in Cleveland, and I think he's glad to be back.
Outside Irving. Here's Zeller. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think to foul him, and free throws are better than a layup.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, very average shooting team in terms of the free throw line, about 76% a year ago.
And the second free throw, good. And for Mike Brown, who's firing kind of a desperation move by the Cavs to try to keep LeBron James. Steve, how'd you analyze that?
Well, I'm not sure that LeBron actually wanted him gone, but he's a great defensive strategist, a guy who excels in player development. And give credit to him, he didn't burn any bridges when he left. He maintained strong relationships there in Cleveland, and it's great to see Mike Brown back there with the Cavaliers.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Raptors trail by 11. Pass to Patterson. Puts it up. That one wide left.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, a lot of players in this league are so clever with the ball, they can make defenders look foolish. That's what Kyrie Irving does. I mean, he's just a magician with the ball.
And going back to Kyrie Irving, ambidextrous, they say, with the ball in his hand.
He really is. He can go both ways, and he plays with such great pace and energy offensively. Keeps the ball tight on the string, a true point guard, and I think his assist numbers will only climb as the offensive players around him continue to get better.
Steve was saying he was amphibious. I didn't understand that at all.
No doubt that. Kyrie Irving, he's played good the last few years. 2015, great player. 2016,
the Raptors
really
have been
broke out
in the
as a
rebuilding
star.
process for a while now, and even though they still didn't crack the postseason, they were able to do something they haven't done in several years: win more than they lose here in Toronto.
And that one's good.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Cleveland leading by 11. LeBron drives in. That's good. And it might seem like such a small accomplishment, but going back to what you said, Clark, about the Raptors, but they are a young team, and it takes small steps like that to climb up the standings. Steve, you know this, year to year.
Yeah, no question. I mean, unless you have a once-in-a-lifetime or at least once-in-a-generation type player in the draft, you have to do it with smaller steps, and that's what the Raptors are trying to do.
And here is Irving. After the three-pointer from Richardson, kicks it to LeBron. Cleveland moving it around. And here's Love from the arc. No luck. And Toronto will come the other way.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
.139 left here in the opening quarter. Outside Irving. Back to LeBron. Dishes to Smith. And there's the pass to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. Gets the 14-footer to fall. LeBron's got 6 points.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Boy, the field goal percentage is fantastic. Exactly the kind of start they were hoping for.
Richardson, no luck. Cleveland leading by 10. Irving attacking. Shot denied. Valanciunas passes to Lowry. And here's Richardson outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. He has 6.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
When you see a guy that can shoot like that, Jason Richardson in his career, when he won those time ball competitions, he was probably on the top of his power.